The two men hung the woman from a crane, disemboweled her, and then literally butchered her for her meat. In the dense, sprawling wilderness of the Missouri Ozarks, the woods don't just hide secrets, they swallow them. But in late 2021, the forest near Windyville gave up a secret so depraved it defied the standard boundaries of criminal pathology. This is the case of Cassidy Rainwater. The disappearance of the 33-year-old mum initially garnered little attention. In a region where people often chose to live off the grid, a missing person can go unnoticed for weeks. But Cassidy wasn't just missing, she was being held in a literal cage. The nightmare began to unravel when the FBI received an anonymous tip, a series of photographs that no human eye was ever meant to see. The images show Cassidy nude, confined in a heavy iron dog crate on the property of James Phelps. The photographs weren't just evidence of kidnapping, they were a digital ledger of a descent into slaughter. Investigators descended on the property on Moon Valley Road. They found the scene stripped from a horror film. The homestead was a dilapidated collection of structures, but it was the deep freezer that held the most clinical evidence of the crime. Inside, investigators discovered human remains neatly packaged and dated. Among them were cuts of meat labelled 7-24, which forensic testing later confirmed were the remains of Cassidy Rainwater. The details of her final moments reconstructed through digital evidence, and the state's eventual findings are harrowing. Cassidy was not merely killed, she was processed. On the night of her death, James Phelps and his accomplice, Timothy Norton, acted with a chilling, synchronised brutality. Norton later confessed to investigators that he pinned Cassidy down while Phelps prepared the instruments of her death. In a sequence of events that highlights the predatory nature of the pair, Cassidy was taken from her cage, bound to a gantry crane, the kind used by hunters to dress deers, and disemboweled. The killers had systematically butchered her body. The sheer technicality of the act suggests a level of premeditation that moves beyond the crime of passion into the realm of ritualistic cannibalism. The dark irony of the case lies in the public's reaction. As the details leaked, the community of Windyville became a focal point for rumours of snuff films and underground cannibal rings. While the state focused on the physical evidence, the blood on the floorboards, the digital trail of the photographs, and the skeletal remains found in a burn pit. The atmosphere surrounding the Phelps property remained one of supernatural dread. This dread was only compounded when, during the investigation, the Phelps house burned to the ground in a suspected case of arson, erasing the physical walls where Cassidy spent her final, terrified hours. James Phelps and Timothy Norton eventually pleaded guilty to their roles in this atrocity, receiving life sentences without the possibility of parole. They left behind a legacy of trauma that the Ozarks may never fully shake. Cassidy Rainwater wasn't just a victim of murder, she was a victim of a level of human depravity that views a person as nothing more than livestock.